Arsenal host Newcastle on Sunday, I believe. So first versus second last weekend, now second versus third this weekend. And in terms of the top five, top six picture, so Arsenal are sort of 99.9% guaranteed top six because Forest are 6 points behind with a much worse goal difference. And Aston Villa, this might be wishful thinking, but if Spurs can get a point against Aston Villa on Friday, then that's top five pretty much guaranteed for Arsenal as well. Given the context surrounding that situation, would you say that it's still a must win, this Newcastle game?
I don't think it's a must win. I want to win it. Obviously, Arsenal have only won three of the last 11 games in the league. It's not been a fun end to the season, and they're really, really struggling. So obviously, I want to win it. But I'm at this stage now this season where it's just like I just want the season to finish, to be honest. And so I don't look at it as an absolute must win. I think Arsenal are going to qualify for the Champions League. I have no idea whether they'll be second or whether they'll be fifth at this stage. I would like them to be second. I'd love them to win the last two games and just go out with a bit of momentum this season. I think it's going to be a struggle. I think Newcastle are playing very well. They've got good confidence behind them. Had a good win against Chelsea, whereas Arsenal obviously haven't won for a while now in the league. So I think Newcastle have got Arsenal's number at the moment. They know how to beat Arsenal, and as we've found out too many times this season, three times already in three games. So I think it's going to be a struggle for Arsenal. But I just don't look at it as, I don't know. Maybe I'm a bit washed out by this season, but I just don't really look at it now as an absolute must win because I'm not overly bothered. It's been a bad season, whatever happens in the Premier League for Arsenal, whether they be second or whether they be fifth. It's just not been good enough. They've fallen off, as Mikel said, they've gone backwards. So you want it to be second, but I'm not, I'm not going to lose any sleep over it, I have to say at this point.
Yeah, I mean, as you alluded to, Newcastle won. It was a pretty good win in this exact fixture at the Emirates for Arsenal last season, but they've lost their last three against Newcastle, haven't scored in any of them. And given how obviously no Marino, likely no Declan Rice, likely no Leandro Trossard on top of the other injuries they've got, is it fair to say that even though Arsenal, up until the EFL Cup, they had a very good home record against Newcastle, but given, how many absentees they're going to have, is it fair to say that Arsenal will not be the favourites this weekend?
Yeah, I mean, they tend to be favourites at home, but yeah, I think there's a very good shout to suggest. I'm not sure I'd be putting any money on Arsenal this weekend. I have to say, if I was being asked to put some money on one of the two teams, it would probably be Newcastle, who know that they can move above Arsenal with a win. Again, if you offer me a draw right now, I'd take it. I'd be like, fine, keep them 2 points behind Arsenal, take a draw, move on to that Southampton game, and just get the job done then, which I would hope they would be able to do. So, yeah, I would say, in my mind, I would say Newcastle favourites for this game, absolutely. And if you offered me a draw, I'd take it.
Certainly so, yes. And you've already alluded to it in the Trossard talk, but the front three this weekend. So obviously Saka is a guarantee, thankfully. Martinelli, who I think a lot of Arsenal fans want to see start in that centre forward role, looks like he might do. And then on the left-hand side, like you say, it's like panic mode for Arteta because he's either, like you say, got to start Sterling or Kieran Tierney, or maybe stick Martinelli on the left and give Butler or Adeji a chance up top. I mean, if you had to pick a front three now to go alongside Saka and Martinelli, who would your main pick be? Who would your number one choice be from a sort of a bad bunch in a way?
I'd play Ethan. I'd move Ethan over to the left hand side. I know he's not getting many minutes at the moment. I'm not sure why. I think he has been struggling for form of late, and he had a sort of run in the team where he had a few starts around sort of United, Everton, Brentford, and he really struggled and was getting withdrawn early in those games. And I think Arteta's kind of looked at him and thought, I think physically maybe you're a little bit done for this season. You played a lot of minutes, and he's just given him a bit of a breather now. But I'd play him in this game. I'd move him over to the left hand side. He's obviously left footed. Yes, he loves to cut inside and get shots away from the other side, but I still think he can do a job over there on the left hand side. So I'd go Ethan, Gabriel Martinelli, and Bukayo Saka.